Squadron 29 for HADC 2022!
You gotta be a surgeon.
Hello from Corona Cadet Squadron 29. We are so excited that we received our test experiments back. Our experiments were on Balloon A, which went up 99,962 feet. We were so close to that 100,000 feet mark. In our test tubes, we had several experiments. The first experiment that we had was to test the color change of crayons. Our hypothesis was that the crayons would become faded. However, using our results that we received and using a color picker eyedropper, we came to the conclusion that the colors became darker. This is significant, and it needs to be taken into account that whenever our crayons go up to space, they will actually change colors. They will become darker.
Okay. In our second experiment, our hypothesis was that the resistors would have negligible changes. This was proven to be true. The pre-flight samples measured 217.2 kilo ohms, and the post-flight samples also measured the same value. The significance of this experiment is that metal oxide resistors can be used in space applications without additional radiation hardening.
Our third experiment was about the cell. Our hypothesis for the cell was when exposed to radiation, voltage would be reduced. Our hypothesis turned out to be right. The pre-flight numbers for the voltage was 1.5907, and when we got it back from being around 100,000 feet in the air, it was 1.5890. It was reduced by about 2 thousandths of a volt. The significance of this is when we send batteries into space for some sort of application, we may need to add a little more shielding to the batteries so they don't get less useful over time.
Our fourth experiment was chip capacitors. Our hypothesis was that the capacity will decrease. Our hypothesis was proven correct because the post-flight chip capacitors showed reduction in capacity from 203.9 microfarad to 199.3 microfarad. The significance of this experiment is that chip capacitors will have to be shielded to avoid losing a significant amount of capacity. I learned how to work as a team and how to use the strengths of all of the members of the team. I also learned how to meet deadlines and how to work with what I have.
From this experience, I learned the complexity of sending something into space.
What I got out of this is the attention to detail that we need to have for very minor things, even if it seems very minute, it still makes a difference and it's still important, not just when it comes to engineering, but also when we're messing with our uniforms, trying to get them perfect, or when we're on the drill field.
I enjoyed teaching the group about hex colors.
Greetings from Corona Cadet Squadron 29.
If we win the $5 grand, then we'll spend the money on a recruiting booth to further expand our safety membership.
In addition, we'd be spending the $5 grand on a radio set to further our knowledge in communications and ground team training.